let's get to it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Bonita. Here we talk about all the things that we love as it relates to lifestyle and luxury. Today is Friday, so welcome back to another Fast Five Friday. If this is your first time watching a video from me, we usually do a video 2 days a week. On Wednesday, we do a luxury video, and Fridays, we do what we call a Fast Five Friday. On Fridays, I'm usually giving you 5 tips, 5 tricks, talking about 5 things, and once a month we do a vlog, and you'll get those vlogs usually on Mondays. So if you think this is something that you're interested in, please like, subscribe, and share before you leave. But without further ado, we're gonna get started. So in one of my recent vlogs, I talked to you guys all about this purse, the Chanel Deauville bag, and why it's just totally not working for me. Since then, I have rehomed the bag. My mom has come by and she absolutely loves the bag, so we're gonna give it to her. I'm gonna take it over to her today, but before I let it go, I wanted to talk a little more about the bag and in general as it relates to impulse buying. As much as I hate to admit it, I really would consider that an impulse buy, even though, like I've said many times before on this channel, I really count the cost before I buy anything. I do my research. But with this certain Chanel bag, I just did not. I really wanted a tote. I really wanted a Chanel tote, and I thought that bag would work for me, but it has not. So today I'm going to give you 5 ways to stop impulse buying. So the first thing that I would say in order to not impulse buy is don't give in to what's popular. And that is really hard for me to say, being that a lot of my days are spent doing research about purses and bags and luxury and seeing what's popular so I can bring you guys the information. But I just really have to be more objective when I'm doing the research for videos and such, because I do get pulled in. And if you're not going to impulse buy, you just really can't give in to what's popular. One bag that I love that I've never pulled the trigger on was a POCHETTE METIS. That bag is always and always probably will be on my wish list. It is an absolute beautiful bag. I just really believe it'll work for my lifestyle. However, because of the glazing issues and the cracking of the canvas, I've never pulled the trigger. And everybody knows how popular that bag is. Happy Stylish Mommy just did a recent review on her bag, POCHETTE METIS, and I will link it either here in the cards or down below as to why she loves the bag. And when I watched her review on that bag, I mean, it checks all the boxes for me. But I will not give in to buying it because there are known quality issues. Even in some of the newer ones, people are still seeing some of the cracking and the glazing. Not as much as it was originally, but they're still seeing them. One of my friends, I think she had 2 POCHETTE METISes, and they both had issues. Probably about a year ago, I made up my mind that I was just gonna go ahead and purchase the bag I think for my birthday last year. And I contacted my SA, and she responded with the POCHETTE METIS in empreinte leather. She just really said, I just don't think you need to purchase the bag because we are still seeing, unfortunately, glazing and cracking issues. Knowing that I wouldn't be happy with it, so she suggested that I purchase the bag in empreinte leather. I do not like that bag in empreinte leather. It's a little too squishy for me. It's a beautiful bag still because I do love the style of the bag, but if they make it in maybe epi leather, I probably would purchase it there. If you're really serious about not making some of the recent mistakes that I've made, you really need to not fall into the trap of buying what's popular. The next way to avoid impulse buying is that be sure that the item will work for you. Like for me, recently I bought a belt, and I have since returned the belt. I returned the belt probably about maybe about a month ago now, and I returned it on the very last day that it was returnable. I weighed my options about the belt. I wore it around the house, and I just realized that right now still, until I lose a little bit more weight and change some things in my wardrobe, it's just not going to get the cost per wear that I need. So it's very important, if you're trying to avoid impulse buying, you need to absolutely know what type of bags and things work for you. And the third thing that's mostly important is do your research on the item. That's why I love doing these videos. I mean, that's the basis of my channel, is to provide information and research so you guys don't have to. You guys can just click and find the information. But how I do my research when I'm looking at something that I'm considering to buy, I search YouTube. As you know, I search YouTube and watch videos. Some people don't, but for me, it's very helpful. And don't only watch the reviews that are good reviews, watch the bad reviews as well. I really prefer bad reviews because people are really being more honest when they do a bad review. And just because it's bad for them, the reasons why they don't like a certain bag or item, it may ultimately work for me. So when you are looking at reviews, I suggest that you watch the bad reviews first. Another thing that I do over on Instagram, I follow hashtags. When you follow hashtags, things about the bags and pictures about the bags or the items that you're looking for will come up in one like condensed place. So example, when I was doing research on my Iran sandals, I would follow Hermes Iran sandals and be as specific in the hashtag as you can. So that's going to drill it down to get you the pictures. And then when you click on the pictures, look at the comments. Some people will say, oh, I did a video on these sandals, they don't work for me. Oh, these are the best sandals I ever had. Oh, I've had these sandals for 2 years and they're just now starting to show wear. Oh, I had these sandals for a month and I still haven't broken them in. And another thing that you absolutely need to do when you're doing the research is ask your essay. Going back to the POCHETTE METIS, my essay, because we have a good relationship, she had no problem telling me, I don't think this bag is going to work for you. I mean, she could have absolutely sold it to me, but she's in the business of keeping her clients, making her clients happy, and being honest with their clients. When you have a good essay or a CA, you're gonna get that. So definitely ask your essay. The fourth way to avoid impulse buying is go into the store to see the item live and in person. In an age where everything is pretty much online, for the last couple of years, we've been doing all of our business online. If you live close to a boutique or a store, or if you know someone who has the item, it is very important that you see it live and in person. When I go into the boutique to buy a bag, I usually don't buy it that day unless I've done all the research, everything else, and that is the last thing that I need to do. So when I go into the boutique, I put my things into the bag, I feel the weight of the bag, I try it on to make sure it looks good on my body type. I look at the other colors and the options of the bag or the item that they may have, just to make sure that the one that I have in mind will again work for me. I get my essay's true face-to-face opinion when I'm in the boutique. I get other people's opinion when I'm in the boutique, and I finally can make the decision, is it a yay or is it a nay? And the final way I would say to avoid impulse buying is you need to sleep on it. Sleep on your decision for at least 24 hours. That's what I usually try to do. As you see, I've failed recently twice, but I usually try to do that more times than not. Even when I go into the boutique, I try to sleep on it within 24 hours. And then if I still feel like that it's gonna be a good buy, then I know I'm making a good decision. And I know this is not going to work for everyone, but for those of you who don't like to impulse buy or find themselves in a situation that they impulse buy a little too much, I think these tips will help you. If I had to pick one that's most important, it would be the 24-hour sleep on it rule for me. Now, some of these rules will not always work for us. It will work against us. I have missed out on lots of bags, lots of things being out of stock because I kind of won't pull the trigger so quickly. So if that bothers you, I don't know if these 5 tips will work for you, but for me, saving my money and not wasting it is more important than getting the hottest bag that's in stock. These things always come back around. There's always a pre-loved market, and if you have a good essay, he or she can find it for you. So guys, that's it. Those are my 5 tips to avoid impulse buying. I hope you like this video, and thank you guys for your patience. I know my upload was a little off because I did have some technical issues last week, but I believe that we are back on track, and I will see you guys soon in my next video. Have a good weekend. Bye.